Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks, and somebody sent me this photograph and wanted to know how they were going to cut it out of birch plywood. And I already had a jar, so I didn't bother tracing it. This would be pretty cool, and I might redraw the jar later. I do like this jar and a little bit of aspect, but this is what it's going to look like cut out. The black will be the wood and everything else will stay. You can pick different fonts that I use. I just tried to pick some fonts kind of like in the picture, so you have to do some segmenting so the wood will stay together like that. You don't have to do anything with the moon. I just happened to pick a good font because the wood is going to wrap around in, so the O's and the centers of the E's need a little help. So how I did that, and I've got this mason jar already on my Facebook page, Corel Draw Facebook page, and for people to use. So I just typed out the words, and you can see they're all grouped together right now. I'm going to bring this picture in just so we kind of get an idea on what text to use. And you don't have to use these texts, or pick your own. So I'm going to go Control K and break them all apart. And the U and the R is the same, so I'm going to select them both, and I'm going to go to, you know what, that's a really good one because I don't have to break anything apart but the E. And then you could place them in your jar. I actually like that font because you can see the space on the O at least. And of course, you'd want them the same size, and I've already changed them. So select them both and make them 180 points. Should make them both the same. And then we need to bring in, you can move these around, bring in the D, which is good because you don't have to do anything to that. The moon, let's pick a font I picked. That's not it. That's it right there. And what I like about it, and you could change this up and make it fancier, but you don't have to do anything to it because the wood is going to go in there. Like where these, the one they have some cutouts, and they have the letters separated. I actually used one that's, and actually this is all one line, and that's a pretty good font for it. Make it a little bit smaller. And then pick the shine, and I picked one with a little bit of a flare to it. There it is right there. Now you're going to have to take this bottom part, go up to Object Group, and ungroup, and take out one of my lines so the shine will fit in there. And then you can make it as big or as little as you want and place it in there. And this is where your artistic ability or his artistic ability. So I'm going to Control or Shift and select both these so I can scale them down at the same time. And if you look at this particular font, and we would have to do something here, but if we take this font and we left click, right click, you can see some problems in the font itself, and you could probably weld it, and we also, before you do anything, you got to convert it to a curve, so you can virtual segment delete key these lines. And this is pretty good because all of them are going to fit except for this E, or not fit, they're going to be a little different. So what I would do here, and there's two ways to do it. The easiest way is just to draw a rectangle, but I really wanted to cut it right here. So I'm going to take a 2-point line, and I'm going to make sure I go past the lines, and then I'm going to cut out this center part. Whoop, I must have hit. Well, see, the line is not stopping it from cutting, so just grab your shape tool and move that over a little bit more, and then cut it and see what happens. So it worked. Now you can cut out this rest of this stuff. Then you can very easily take your shape tool and move that node back to that corner. Now these are gonna leak, I can almost guarantee it. So if we hold down the shift key and select all of it, go up to Windows, Dockers, join curves, and any amount will close it, and hit apply, they should be repaired. Nope, that's still gonna leak. Maybe I didn't have them both selected. Holding down the shift key, selecting them both. Maybe the gap's a little bit bigger. Let's make the gap a little bit bigger. Huh, that should close. Let's zoom in here and look at it. Let's just bring it in a little bit more. Select them both and hit apply. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Maybe I wasn't selecting everything. And a lot of times it will actually change the color. Now we're a little bit too far on that one. So we can do this and get rid of that node, bring it over a little bit. And whenever you see you've got a little bit of a curve, that happens, but we're gonna fix that anyway. So I'm gonna shift select this one, select it all, and then join the curves. When you see something like that, you just join the curves. It's got some trash in it. Just delete that node, delete that node, delete that node, and we should be good to go. And because we have a jar that I know is sealed, I do not have to use the, so we're good to go. I don't have to use the rectangle tool. Now I'm gonna select all my other text and left click, no fill, right click, fill. So and because we're gonna do this, we have to convert them to curves. Text you just can't cut. Just take just a second. We've got a funny deal going on there. I love the virtual segment delete key. Now this E is a little bit, well, it's the same letter, but let's do it differently. Let's use the rectangle tool. And for right now, we don't even have to, you could put it at an angle, but we're just gonna cut this out. And we're gonna have the same problem with leakage. But to make this even better looking, we could do this. We could delete these two nodes, see what happens. Or we could break them apart and then just get rid of, what I'm doing is just getting rid of this other section, and that worked. Now we can use our 2-point line just to join those two. Now we're gonna have to do the same thing we did so it will not leak. Just grab your shape tool, hold down the shift key, select them both, and then select that and hit apply. And if you do this when you have all the windows open, you don't have to close that window and reopen it. I didn't get that one. Holding down the shift key, select it, join curves. And when pretty much everything turns from red to black, it means it's joined. I don't like the way that looks right there, so we'll see if it joins better. And you can always test your, even though that doesn't matter, we can delete, whoop, no, we can't. This might leak, so we'll select it all and apply. And then you could get rid of some of these nodes that make it look a little bit smoother. Then you can check if you have any leaks with the inside instead of the outside, and it worked. The only other one we have to do is the bottom of the O, and I'm just gonna use the rectangle tool, cutting away the inside first and then the outer side. And then let's see if we have a leak, and we don't, so we're good to go. So you can leave that like that. Now, probably the only other important thing is to change your nudge factor. This bottle's almost 9 inches, so we're gonna change our nudge distance to 9. And here's how you would kind of do it. You're gonna fill that in and then nudge it over. Matter of fact, let's nudge it over again. And then left click, right click, and then take my outline and nudge it over. So the only thing that'll be engraved are these few parts. And you could do that one of two ways. It might look good just cut out. So we don't have to do that other part. Then you could probably select this all and nudge it over. So that should be good to go with the exception. And that actually looks pretty good, and that'll stay together. Because whenever you fill in something, let's fill it in with a brown, just so you can kind of see what the wood might look like. And that's what it's going to look like. And then this will be engraved. Anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.